Well, friends, let me now move on to the St Andrews roadmap to meeting together. Before I announce this, let me say a few things. As I speak with other churches about their roadmap back to meeting on site together, there is no consensus. Some are not meeting back until December. Some are starting back next week. And some are having hybrid services online and in person. And some are opening up fully. There is no blueprint as to what is right. But the plan that I put before you is supported by the staff, the parish council and the wardens of St Andrews. In addition, for some, emotions are running high and they are as varied on opinions as to what we should be doing. This is a no-win situation for the leadership of the church. We have people in the church who are at both extremes of the spectrum when it comes to whether or not we should resume meeting on site together. So this roadmap is trying to find the middle path, but it will not satisfy everyone. You'll see the whole way through that we are following behind the New South Wales Health Advice and the New South Wales Roadmap Back to Recovery. And so we ask that you continue to do this too. But in addition to this, we need to consider those whose spiritual health and whose mental health is also being impacted by this pandemic. My Sunday sermon will aim to start to address this, as will the whole series. So please hold off on your questions about the roadmap until after Sunday and use the question phone for me to answer them. Then everyone can benefit from your questions. With this in mind, let me outline our plan. Stage 1 is before New South Wales hits 70% of vaccinated adults. It's basically redundant as we hit 70% yesterday and this stage ends on Monday. With over 70% of adults in New South Wales vaccinated, we move on to stage 2 from Monday. We will continue to follow New South Wales Health Advice and so have our main church experience via online church. All of our ministries will continue to meet in this way. Sunday live stream at 10:30 a.m, Kids Church, Revive, Youth and small groups. With new restrictions announced today, as of Monday the 11th of October, you can have up to 10 guests in your home at a time. So let me encourage you to watch church with 1 or 2 other families. Gather together and spend time in fellowship, discussing God's Word, but obviously only if you are vaccinated, as those who are unvaccinated are still under stay-at-home orders. Foundation Day is also on the 31st of October, as I've said, and so we're planning to have this service completely online as much of the content is video-based. It just makes more sense. Stage 3 will kick in after 80% of adults in New South Wales have been vaccinated. During this time, the main church experience will continue to be online. However, in order to cater for those whose desire is to meet back on site, we will open up 2 services, one at 10:30 a.m. and one at 6 p.m, for those who are comfortable to come back on site under the New South Wales health orders. I want to recognise that this is not for everyone. If you don't feel comfortable, or if you're sick, or if you've been a close contact of someone with COVID, please do not come on site. Enjoy the experience of most by watching the church on live stream. Let me say, however, that at this time of writing, those LGAs we mainly draw from, Ku-ring-gai, Willoughby and Northern Beaches, have more than 90% of people with their first vaccination. Ku-ring-gai is over 95%. And so by the time we meet together in November, it's likely that these LGAs will have over 90% of the residents doubly vaccinated. In other words, our LGAs will hit the government's 90% December mark in November. Our LGAs are ahead of the state. For those who do come on site in November, there will be no singing, no morning tea or supper, mandatory mask wearing, and the 4-metre square rule will be in place with no indoor mingling after the service. We'll be cleaning the site after each service, and running 2 services will give us more time to do this. In addition to these 2 services, we will run 2 midweek traditional services for those who normally attend our 8:30 a.m. Sunday services. At this service, you will be asked to show that your vaccination status, as we have vulnerable people who will be attending this service. They'll be held on the 10th and the 24th of November at 10:30 a.m. Stage 4 will kick in after the 1st of December, and following the New South Wales Health Advice, this is when we imagine all our ministries will return on site. The only limitation will be the 2-metre squared rule. We'll be able to sing, we'll be able to do after-service refreshments outside, weather permitting. We're also planning for carols at Clanville and for our normal Christmas services at this point in time. So I've sent a copy of this roadmap out with the link to the video weekly news. So please have a look at it. Please watch the live stream on Sunday at 10:30 and be ready to send in your questions via the question phone. But please also continue to pray for myself and the staff as we navigate this tricky time. I look forward to seeing you online this Sunday.